Thin slicing a task, Smoky and the Water&Tarp Obstacle. Prerequisites. The horse is confident to lead well, walk over tarps, walk through natural water, and step over rails. Free shaping. Check out the horse's natural interest and curiosity. Here I'm just walking with Smoky over to the tarp that has water in it. It has 4 rails around the outside with the tarp wrapped around. And he's gone over to sniff it, so I've given him a click and a treat. He has some natural curiosity, some natural interest in it. So we want to see how far that can carry us. And he's looking at it, so I give him another click and a treat. He's lapping at the water there, you can see his tongue. He's actually a grey horse, but he's had a good old roll on some dirt in the fresh rain. I'm doing my best there to keep out of his way. I just want him to explore and play in his own time. You can see there he's playing with his mouth and lips in the water. I just want to see how far he can explore all on his own. I don't want to interfere with him at this point. So he's quite interested in walking around it, looking at it from different angles, looking at it from both sides of his brain with both of his eyes, sniffing the water. I'm sort of trying to encourage him to come across it towards me, but he's not interested in that. I think he's having a bit of a drink there. Checks out the plastic sides. And he's pretty relaxed about it. Doesn't look though like he's going to want to step into it of his own accord. So I'm going to go with guided shaping next. I'm going to see how willing he might be to follow my suggestions at liberty. So I'm just going to walk over to him and suggest that he comes with me. He's quite happy to come with me. So we're just going to walk around. Let him have a good old sniff, and I gave him a click and a treat for sniffing it there. And because he's going to have to pick his foot up to get it over the rail, I've given him a click for his pawing action there. I'm asking him to walk with me. I'm just going to walk around the outside. And when we get to the other side, I'm just simply going to suggest, would you like to step in there, Smoky? And he has another good look. He says, no, not really. I don't really want to step in there. You can see he gets a little bit snappy when he's not sure what's exactly wanted for his next click and treat. So I go for a break while I go to put on my gum boots so I can show Smoky about stepping into the water. I want to mirror for him what I'd like him to do. So I'll just let him sniff, and he got a click and a treat there. I've got my gum boots on now. We've come back again. And so I step into the water and splash around in it a little bit, and he's quite happy to play with his nose in the water. But it doesn't look like he wants to walk there. So I give him a walk-on cue on his withers, and he says, sure, I'll walk on, but I'm going to walk around the outside of this strange thing. Remember that it could be a bottomless hole for him. He can't see it in the same way that I can see it. So he has no idea what the footing is like under there, and he's not going to get himself into trouble. So he doesn't really trust me just because I can stand in it, and he's pawing the rail there. He hasn't actually got his foot into the water yet. He doesn't trust me to show him that it's not maybe a very dangerous, muddy, could be quicksand, sort of a hole. The water reflecting off the camouflage tarp looks pretty strange. So you can see I'm really encouraging him to walk forward there with me. I walk forward, cue. He says, no, I don't think I can do that, sorry. And it's no use persisting. I give him the walk-on cue behind the wither. He says, sure, I'll walk on. I'll even paw the rail, but I'm not going to walk in. So we're going to have a break, and I'm going to put on his halter and rope, which is going to give him extra confidence. Putting on the halter and rope is a little bit like holding hands. So we've got our halter and rope there, and he's come over to it quite happily. So, and I says, "Come on, we can walk forward." And he says, "No, I can't. I can't trust myself to step in there." He's not being mean. He just doesn't have the confidence to actually do it yet. I said, "Come on, Smoky, you can do it. Come on, it's safe." And you realize he rushes through there. So in case it was not safe to carry his weight, he's going to spend as little time as possible in that very spooky spot. That was good. He got a click and a treat for that. You see he's shaking there. Shaking is wanting to get rid of the adrenaline. He says, "I'll come, but I can't trust myself to actually step in there. That's still too spooky." I said, "Well, that's okay. I'll just stand around in here and ask you to come again." And this time he stepped in, and he didn't rush right across it. So that was a big change already. I gave him a click and a treat for that big change. And he's still clinging to the sides. He doesn't want to get into the middle. He's all telling you he's a very astute horse, and if you're going to ride him on the trail, he's not going to take you somewhere where he doesn't trust he can go. So this is really good stuff. He's a thinking horse. Now he's walking still along the edge, but he's coming right through in a much more relaxed manner. And we're having another break to go stock up on treats. It's good to have a break when the horse does something really well, just to go away from that obstacle and then come back to it. And here I've asked him to put his front feet in and wait, which he did really nicely. Got a click and a treat for that. And then I asked him to put all his feet into the water and halt. And he did that very nicely. Got another click and treat. So he's standing in the water and he's pretty relaxed. He doesn't think it's a big deep hole anymore. And walking out. Turn around and walk through together. You can see there he's quite confident in coming in and standing right in the water. Doesn't have to rush through. So he's allayed his fears that it's going to be a scary place. So he had front feet in, halt, whole horse in, halt, click and a treat each time, and horse walks out. No drama, just relaxed. And then I'm going to ask him to walk in from another angle from the other side, which he hasn't done before. So he has a look to see it's okay, because it'll look different. The light will be different on it. Notice how carefully he steps through there, but he's not worried. Front feet in, hind feet in, front feet out, hind feet out. So relaxed horse going through the water. And finally, the horse can walk through the water and I can walk on the outside. That's pretty nice for today. I'm going to stop there. Muddy horse coaching